In the silence that follows the inner union, when the fire of alchemy has turned into golden peace, the soul begins to remember. It remembers that love did not start in this lifetime, nor in any human story. It began before time itself, before the stars were born, before the first breath of creation. Love is older than the universe, and within its eternal rhythm lies the origin of twin flames. The previous journey, the alchemical marriage, revealed that the true union happens within, when the divine feminine and masculine merge into one heart. But this union is not a new creation, it is a return, a remembrance of something that has always existed, the divine blueprint of oneness that lives at the center of every soul. According to the ancient wisdom carried through mystics, prophets, and spiritual teachers like Elizabeth Clare Prophet, the soul was once whole, one radiant flame of pure light. In the beginning, the one source desired to experience itself, to know love through reflection. So it divided this original light into two complementary souls, equal in power, opposite in expression. One embodying the divine masculine current of will and creation, the other embodying the divine feminine current of wisdom and compassion. This moment was not a separation in the sense of loss. It was an act of divine expansion. Through this division, love became movement, the eternal dance of the universe seeking to reunite with itself. The twin flames were created as perfect mirrors, destined to explore creation separately, to evolve, and to one day recognize each other as reflections of the same divine essence. Every lifetime since that original moment has been a chapter in this cosmic love story. The longing that stirs in the heart, the sense of something missing, the unspoken recognition when two souls meet, all of it echoes that first division. It is the call of the one seeking itself through the many. As souls journey through lifetimes, the memory of their divine origin becomes veiled by experience, karma, and the density of form. Yet even when forgotten, the connection remains, unbreakable, magnetic, eternal. When twin flames finally meet again in the physical realm, the universe stirs because it recognizes the vibration of home. This is where our new story begins, with the remembrance that twin flames were not born from human desire, but from divine intention. They are living symbols of creation itself, two sparks born from one flame, destined to return to unity through love. The alchemical union within was only the beginning. Now we journey back to the cosmic source, where love first became light. Before the beginning, there was only oneness, infinite, radiant, and whole. It was not light as we know it, nor love as we feel it. It was the source, the pure essence of creation, resting in perfect harmony. In that sacred stillness, there was no you or me, no separation, no reflection, only the eternal I am. But within that stillness stirred a divine desire, the desire to know itself through love. And so, the great act of creation began, not as a violent explosion, but as a sacred breath. From the heart of the source emerged an infinite sea of sparks, each one carrying the full essence of divine consciousness. Among these were the twin flames, souls created from the same spiritual blueprint, a single flame divided into two equal expressions. One embodied the active, creative current of the divine masculine, the other, the receptive, intuitive current of the divine feminine. This division was not a breaking, but a blessing. The source did not create lack, it created polarity, two halves designed to reflect and magnify the same eternal love. Through this mirror, the divine could know itself in motion, in expression, in experience. It was through this sacred duality that life itself would unfold. Each pair of twin flames carried within them the memory of unity, the vibration of the one. Yet, to truly understand love, they were sent on separate journeys through the dimensions of creation, to learn, to evolve, to explore the infinite expressions of divine energy. As they traveled through lifetimes and worlds, they accumulated wisdom, each growing in their own way. The feminine learned the depths of compassion and emotional truth. The masculine learned strength, clarity, and creation through purpose. But even across the vast expanse of existence, they remained bound by an invisible thread, the current of divine remembrance. It is this thread that stirs the heart's longing, that silent ache we call love. Every soul who feels incomplete is in truth remembering the time before the division, the moment when both aspects of their being existed as one radiant light. According to Elizabeth Clare Prophet and ancient esoteric teachings, this separation was part of a divine plan, a cosmic initiation. Through contrast, the soul would come to know harmony. Through forgetfulness, it would rediscover remembrance. Through separation, it would learn the true meaning of unity. Thus, the division of the divine spark was not a fall from grace, but a journey toward it. It was love expanding itself through creation, love learning what it means to become conscious. And so, the twin flames began their eternal journey, two reflections of one soul, forever drawn together by the same sacred fire that once made them whole. In the pulse between them lies the secret of the universe, that every act of creation is love remembering itself. When the divine spark divided, time began to flow. What had once been eternal stillness turned into the rhythm of becoming. Birth, death, rebirth, and the infinite unfolding of experience. The twin flames, now two distinct expressions of one essence, began their sacred pilgrimage through time and space, moving through countless dimensions, realms, and incarnations. In the beginning, they remembered. They carried within them the vibration of their origin, that sublime union where nothing was missing. They knew themselves as extensions of the same divine current, partners in creation. Together, they danced through galaxies, shaping light into form and form into life. Wherever they went, harmony followed. For when two flames burned as one, creation itself bloomed with perfection. But as they ventured deeper into the worlds of matter, something began to change. The density of physical reality veiled their remembrance. The illusion of separation grew stronger, and the once clear memory of oneness faded into a distant echo. No longer conscious of their shared soul, they began to incarnate separately, taking on different forms, lives, and lessons across ages and civilizations. Lifetime after lifetime, they searched for something they could not name, a familiarity in the eyes of strangers, a vibration that resonated deeper than reason. Sometimes they found each other in fleeting moments, lovers who recognized one another by the pull of their souls, friends bound by an inexplicable bond, even adversaries whose conflict concealed an ancient longing for reunion. In every meeting, there was a spark, brief, intense, transforming. Through these encounters, the twin flames evolved. Each lifetime added layers of wisdom and refinement. The feminine aspect learned the language of surrender, intuition, and compassion. The masculine learned mastery, focus, and the power of divine will. Though apart, they were never truly separate, for what one learned was imprinted in the other across the veil of time. Their journey was not punishment, but preparation. Through the cycles of karma and rebirth, they purified the distortions of ego and fear that had accumulated within their light. Every heartbreak became a doorway to deeper wisdom. Every loss, a return to humility and grace. Across civilizations, from the temples of Lemuria to the deserts of Egypt, from the monasteries of Tibet to the cities of today, they continued their eternal dance, drawing closer with each lifetime. And when the soul's maturity reached a sacred threshold, the remembrance began to awaken once more. Dreams, synchronicities, and inner stirrings signaled the approach of reunion. The universe conspired to bring them face to face again, not merely as lovers, but as mirrors of divine truth. For the journey through time and space is not just about finding the other. It is about finding the self that remembers, the spark that has never truly left the source. When twin flames meet again in this awareness, they recognize that love was never lost. It was simply learning to see itself through eternity. When twin flames cross paths again after eons of separation, something ancient awakens within them, a pulse older than memory, a knowing beyond logic. It is not the mind that recognizes, but the soul. The eyes meet, and for an instant, time collapses. The body may tremble, the heart may ache, but underneath the confusion lies a deep remembrance. I know you. This recognition is not always gentle. It can feel like lightning striking the core of one's being, electrifying, consuming, and utterly transformative. Twin flames carry the same spiritual frequency, the same blueprint of divine essence. When they encounter one another, their energies begin to harmonize and activate, awakening dormant aspects of the soul that have long been asleep. It is as if the meeting itself triggers an ancient code that whispers, "Now is the time." In that first encounter, words often fail. There is a magnetic field between them, an invisible current pulling them together despite every rational reason to resist. It is not desire in the ordinary sense, but a longing to merge not body to body, but essence to essence. The soul seeks to become whole again, to return to the unity it once knew. Yet this pull can be both blissful and terrifying, for it exposes every layer of fear, attachment, and illusion that has kept love fragmented. Recognition unfolds in waves. At first, it manifests as fascination, the feeling that this person is different, inexplicably familiar. Then comes the spiritual shock. Emotions rise, memories surface, and the ordinary world begins to dissolve. The meeting becomes a mirror reflecting the deepest parts of oneself, both divine and shadowed. The twin flame is not simply a partner. They are the reflection of one's highest light and most hidden wounds. For many, this recognition ignites the stage of awakening. The veil between lives begins to thin. They dream of ancient places, feel inexplicable emotions, or sense an unspoken purpose connecting them. Even if circumstances separate them physically, the energetic connection continues to hum beneath the surface, like a silent song calling them home. But this magnetism is not meant to trap, it is meant to liberate. The purpose of the recognition is not to create dependency, but remembrance. Through the intensity of the connection, each flame is invited to turn inward and heal. The magnetic pull becomes a bridge between the human and the divine, teaching both surrender and self-mastery. Ultimately, the recognition is not only about seeing the other, it is about seeing oneself through the mirror of divine love. When the soul looks into its counterpart and whispers, "You are me," the illusion of separation begins to dissolve. And in that moment, both flames realize that the pull they feel is not toward another, but toward the sacred home they both share within. Separation and reunion, the twin flame cycle that feels both like grace and agony, is not a punishment, but a divine orchestration. What seems like loss or delay is, in truth, the soul's greatest classroom. The universe separates what is not yet whole so that, through longing and transformation, both flames may rise into the full embodiment of divine love. In the beginning, reunion feels inevitable. The energy is magnetic, the connection undeniable. Twin flames recognize each other across time, and everything within them longs to merge again. But this very longing exposes the wounds that must be healed, the fears of abandonment, the hunger for validation, the attachments that disguise themselves as love. These wounds, buried deep within the soul's memory, surface because the union's light is too pure to allow them to remain hidden. That is why separation occurs. It is not rejection, but reflection. It is the soul's way of saying, you must remember who you are without the other before you can truly unite as one. The divine design ensures that neither flame can depend on the other for completion. Instead, they must each journey into solitude, discovering the infinite source of love within themselves. During separation, the connection does not end, it transforms. It becomes energetic, spiritual, internal. One flame may run, and the other may chase, but beneath the surface, both are being refined. This stage teaches surrender, to trust that the universe knows the timing and that what is meant for divine union cannot be lost. Every silence, every distance, is a sacred alchemy, burning away illusions of control and dependency. As each soul heals, the mirror between them clears. The love that once triggered pain now awakens peace. The longing that once felt unbearable becomes devotion not to the person, but to the divine truth that unites them. The separation has done its work. It has forged strength, humility, and wisdom. Then, reunion comes often not when expected, but when both are ready. The return is not simply romantic, it is sacred. It happens when both flames can stand in love without needing to possess it, when they can give freely without fear, and when their union serves not the ego, but the world. Reunion is the flowering of inner mastery. It marks the end of the illusion that love comes from outside. Together, they become a vessel through which divine energy flows into the world. Their love becomes an offering, a bridge between heaven and earth. The purpose behind separation and reunion, then, is not merely to find one another, it is to find God through each other. It is to realize that love, in its purest form, is not possession or attachment, but remembrance, a return to the truth that we have never truly been apart. The universe itself is a dance, an eternal rhythm of expansion and contraction, light and shadow, union and separation. At its heart, this dance is love expressing itself in infinite forms. The twin flames, born from the same divine spark, are the living embodiment of this cosmic rhythm. Their journey mirrors the pulse of creation, a movement from unity into duality, and from duality back into sacred oneness. In the beginning, the divine source breathed itself into existence, splitting into light and matter, masculine and feminine, spirit and form. It was not a fall from grace, but a creative act, an opportunity for love to know itself through experience. The twin flames carry this divine intention within their essence. When they separate and reunite through lifetimes, they reenact the primordial movement of the universe, the breath of God made manifest through the human heart. The dance begins with longing, the magnetic force that draws the twin flames back toward each other. This is not a random pull, it is the soul remembering its own completeness. Yet, the reunion is never static. The closer they come to merging, the more energy builds between them, a creative tension that births transformation, art, wisdom, and compassion. Through their union, divine energy finds new ways to flow into the world. But the dance is not only about harmony, Just as night complements day, twin flames often move through cycles of union and distance, light and shadow. Each phase holds purpose. When they come together, they amplify divine energy. When they part, they integrate and ground what was received. Like the tides responding to the moon, they move in rhythm with the cosmic will, learning that love is not ownership, but movement, a living current that cannot be contained. As their awareness deepens, they begin to dance consciously. Instead of resisting the rhythm, they surrender to it. They understand that creation itself is born from polarity, that every separation, every longing, every return is part of a grand choreography directed by divine intelligence. In that surrender, the struggle dissolves. What once felt like chaos now reveals itself as grace. When twin flames reach this level of awareness, their connection transcends time and body. It becomes a sacred partnership with the universe, a co-creation with the divine. Their love no longer seeks fulfillment from the other. Instead, it radiates outward, blessing everyone who crosses their path. They become dancers in the eternal symphony of creation, channels through which spirit takes form. The eternal dance of creation is not something to master. It is something to remember. It is the realization that love was never still, never finished, never separate. It moves, breathes, and recreates itself endlessly, just as the twin flames do. In every heartbeat, every breath, the universe whispers the same truth. Creation is love, endlessly returning to itself. At the end of every journey, the soul returns to where it began, to the One, the source from which all things arise. The twin flames, after countless lifetimes of searching, learning, separating, and reuniting, finally awaken to the truth that they were never truly apart. Every step of their path, every joy, every heartbreak, every silence was guiding them home to this remembrance. The return to the One is not a physical event, but an awakening of consciousness. It is the moment when the soul realizes that love was never something to be found outside, but the essence of its own being. Through the alchemical journey, through karma, through longing and surrender, the twin flames dissolve the illusions that once kept them divided. They no longer see themselves as two halves reaching for completion, but as two expressions of the same eternal flame, radiating from the same divine heart. This realization brings peace, not the fragile peace of absence, but the deep stillness of knowing. The soul no longer needs to chase, to prove, or to cling. It begins to see that the entire journey was a circle, from unity to separation, from ignorance to awakening, from desire to divine love. Every lifetime, every encounter, was a part of this spiral of return, leading closer to the original light. As they merge with this awareness, the twin flames become vessels of divine will. Their love ceases to be personal. It becomes impersonal, universal, vast. They love not because they need to, but because they are love itself. This is the final stage of the journey, where individuality dissolves into unity and love flows freely through all creation. The return to the One does not erase the twin flames' individuality. Rather, it sanctifies it. They become conscious co-creators, mirrors through which the universe knows itself. Each act of kindness, forgiveness, and compassion becomes an offering to the divine. Every breath becomes prayer. Every heartbeat, a reminder that creation and creator are not two. They are one and the same. And so, the journey ends where it began, in the heart of the divine. The twin flames, once separated by time and illusion, now dance as one flame in eternal harmony. Their story is not a love story in the human sense, but a cosmic parable of remembrance, the soul's return to truth. In this sacred stillness, they understand what the universe has always whispered, that love was never lost, never divided, never gone. It only changed form, waiting to be recognized. To return to the One is to awaken to this eternal truth, that all paths, all souls, all flames are destined to find their way home to love. If this journey through before time began, the divine blueprint of twin flames and the birth of eternal love touched your heart, take a moment to reflect. Perhaps your soul has recognized something ancient within these words. If you felt that spark, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next chapter of this spiritual series. Your engagement helps this community of awakened souls continue to grow in love and light. And if you'd like to support our work and help keep these stories of divine connection alive, you can contribute through the Super Thanks option below. Every gesture of support helps us share more messages of love and awakening. With gratitude and light, I invite you to join me in our next video, where we'll explore how the soul's eternal love continues to unfold beyond time and form. Until then, stay connected to your inner flame.